All right, welcome back, everybody, to Roland Garros semifinals day for the ladies, and the second match, more random than the first. We've got Coco Gauff, that's not random, but we've got Lois Boisson. And if you correct me on my pronunciation, I'm going to cry. So, Boisson versus Gauff. Never played before, obviously, because I don't think many people know who or haven't seen Boisson before. She is a wild card from France, 300 or so in the world, and is definitely going to have the crowd support. Now, Gauff said in the press conference she's not going to let the crowd get to her, which is fair enough because she doesn't usually let the crowds get to her that much anymore. She's learned a lot from playing a lot. But let's see. Let's see if the crowd does get into it and get Gauff out of it. We did see the crowd did affect Andreeva a little bit yesterday, especially in the second set when things were getting interesting. But Swiatek's ranking is number 7. But it's very close between 4 and 8 in the rankings. There's not too many points between 4 and 8. So, and remember, Pellini does have Wimbledon to defend as well. So there's a chance that Swiatek could rise up the rankings pretty quickly in the next couple of weeks, even though she currently ranked number 7. But yeah, plenty to discuss. Mayo Cat. And Leon, thank you for the donations. Appreciate the donations. I don't know why they weren't spoken out loud, but thank you for the donations. Not to go too crazy, but Sabalenka could potentially hold all 4 Grand Slams in her career if she wins in the final. I agree. Sabalenka in the final of RG, Swiatek will rebuild. Yeah, I agree. I think Swiatek will recover. Luckily for her, hasn't dropped too far down the rankings, right? Had she have dropped out of the top 10 and had more points to lose, that would have been a worse thing. But she hasn't got too many more points to lose going forward, luckily. So she defended defended the semis, a couple of semifinals. She didn't lose too many. She lost points, but it could have been worse, right? It could have been a lot worse. All right. Swiatek is number 7. She lost 1,200 points. Yeah, and look, that's not great, but also, like I said, it could have been worse. By the way, these two have played. Boisson has played 3 hours or 2.5 hours more than Gauff in this tournament, so she's played a hell of a lot more tennis than Coco. When we're looking at the stats, their serving stats are pretty even though. Gauff has been broken 17 times, and Boisson's been broken 15 times, so both been broken a lot. So I would not expect this match without its breaks of serve. So we'll see. This might not be might be a little ugly at times, but that's okay. That's okay. We know that we saw that with Gauff in the last match with Keys. It wasn't the highest quality match we could have asked for, but it doesn't mean it won't be interesting. We all want high quality close matches, but that is unrealistic every day, right? She was ranked 300 plus. Oh my God, yeah. I think she had a knee injury 12 months ago, got knee reconstruction, and then has been obviously on the recovery and then got a wild card here, mainly because she needed it. Oh, you all right? You all right? You're okay. You okay? But let me go through some stats. So, first time semi-final for Boisson on the WTA. Not just in Grand Slams, ever. Never made it to the semi-finals of a WTA event until today. Gauff in semi-finals of Grand Slams is 2 wins, 2 losses in the Grand Slam semis. I think 2 of those losses were to Swiatek as well. So, 1 to Sabalenka, 1 to Swiatek in Australia and France. Semi-finals in general, Gauff is at a 46% winning record, so below 50-50. 13 wins, 15 losses. Boisson, like I said, never made the semis of a WTA. But Gauff is on a 4 semi-final win streak, dating back to Wuhan, where she lost to Sabalenka. So Gauff is on a good streak. And it's funny because Swiatek was on a 4-match losing streak in semis, now 5, while Sabalenka was on a 6-match winning streak, now 7. So win streaks in semi-finals at the moment seem to be favoring the person who's on the streak, not the person who's been losing. So again, and look, Gauff is the favorite, no surprise. But sometimes being the heavy favorite like Gauff is today might be more of a problem, right? You know, when you're expected to win, as Gauff is today, it might not be a good thing. Empty stadium. Yeah, people left after that first match to go get food, and they'll come back. That's usually the way. There's no way this is going to be an empty stadium for Boisson. There's no way. You think they're going to leave for the French woman? Come on. Maybe the Polish fans left, but there's not like half a stadium full of Polish fans. You know what I mean? We are back. This is going to be a much better match. What are you talking about? That first match was great. Better how? Like, what do you mean better? Gauff could win this 2-2. I mean, this has probably is less. That first match had the potential to be 3 sets, and we knew it was going to be close and was good. This match could be a beatdown and could be crap. I hope it's not. 15 breaks is not great, and you think this match won't have breaks? Like, come on, Brendan. You didn't watch. Did you watch Gauff versus Keys? Come on. By the way, chat, but there was 15 breaks, but it didn't feel like it was a bad match. At least not to me. Hearts pounding and shaking. Well, hopefully whoever you're wanting to win wins. All right, they're just getting photos, and then we are going to get started. It's going to be Gauff versus the entire venue. Yep, that's going to be a big thing. Gauff is definitely going to be playing against 2 people today. It's evening there. Some of them may be somewhat inebriated. Do you think that people on a Thursday what is it, Friday? Thursday. People are drinking on a Thursday afternoon, maybe. By the way, it's like 6 p.m., right? WTA is most exciting it's been since the Williams era. I agree. Sabalenka serving only 2 double faults was a surprise. It was great serving from her. When you're updating us with the score, can you say the last name of the person who's leading? Stephen? No, I can't do that because that's not how tennis scoring goes. So, when we're calling the score in tennis, you always call the server's score first. Always. So whoever is serving, you always call their score first. If I start saying 30-15 Boisson when she's receiving, 30-15 is the incorrect score. So it's going to be more confusing for me to call the person who's leading. Because most people are going to be thinking, wait, but 30 is the person serving, right? But if I say 30 Boisson when she's receiving, then that doesn't make sense. So you always call the score of the person serving. So, for example, if it is, 15-40, how do I do a 40? Is that a 40 or is that a 4? Oh, so this is when I have to do everything backwards, chat. Right? If it's 15-40 or 40-15, this person is serving. This person is serving. Right? But if it's 40-15, 15-40, I can't call this person's score because if I say it's 40-15 this person, it'll sound like that person is serving. So I can't do it, Stephen. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? Right? So if this is Gauff and she's down 15-40, I can't call Boisson score first because otherwise everyone will get confused. Everyone will get confused if I write the numbers wrong too. Right? Does that make sense? I can't do it. Yeah, 15-4. God, what a jackass. Language. I'm sorry, I'm the teacher. And this is school for this is university. You should all be adults. You should know how life is. You're not a professional tennis player. You can't tell me the score. Are you serious? All right. Camera is flipped. I'm glad that's what you got from that. Camera is flipped. Hey, the camera's flipped. Yeah, it is. All right. By the way, players on court warming up. Have I ever been to the Philippines? No. I want to go, though. Hey, LA, thank you for the 32 months. Cam is the best. I've learned so much about tennis. Deb mod rocks. I agree. Deb does rock. Don't be affected with stupid commenters. Well, they should not comment. It's good that people here who don't know as much as others can learn things, like how the score works. Exactly. So Stevens, I hope that made sense. That I can't call the score of the person winning first because then it will just, everyone will get confused. It'll confuse more people than it will help. So just know that when I say 15-40, whoever's serving, I'm saying that score first. So whoever's winning is, in that case, is the receiver's winning 15-40, right? All right, chat. Boison's got to serve first. I'm going to go with Gauff. That is my prediction. I picked Gauff. I'm picking Gauff. Who you got, chat? Let me know. We need to start instant banning people. Yeah, I agree. All right. Especially people that just come in and be rude. I mean, somebody asked a question and I'm trying to explain something and they're just like, shut up, you idiot. It's like, bro, we don't want those people here. If you're going to be rude. All right. Love 15. First point to Gauff. I'm going to go Coco. Actually, I think I said Coco in a close straight sets. Did I? I can't remember. Go watch the previews. All right. Love 15. Is it a fault from Boisson? Second serve. Second serve. Into the back end of Gauff. Gauff hits just wide down the line. 15-0. Yep, it was confirmed it's wide. Did I say 3 sets? Okay. No worries, Stephen. Good question though, because a lot of people have asked me that, like, why can't you do the score this way? But it's just that's not how it works. Unfortunately, as we return into the forehand of Boisson, forehand from Gauff to the forehand of Boisson, as that goes out from the French woman, and it's 15-30. A chance for Coco to take the break, first game. All right. As a drop shot goes in, and that's too good by Boisson. That's a beautiful drop shot. 30-all. Yeah, person who's serving, you call the score first. 30-all. Where is the 15:30 trouble sound? All right, chat. We need to stop backseat producing, and we need to all relax. All right. Can we lock in, please? Can we please lock in? Mods, just start. I don't know. 30-all. As that goes into the net by Boisson, we got a break point for Gauff. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. Break point for Gauff to start this match. Serving to the forehand is a let. Locked in. Thank you, Richie. Let's go. Yeah, down you get. Down. Down you get. Down. 30-40. Serving to the forehand of Gauff. Return goes to forehand of Boisson. Backing up from Gauff is out. We get the deuce. See, chat, look what you made. Look what made me. It made it all gone crazy now. See what you did, chat? Got to lock in, chat. Me's losing her mind. She can't believe what's been going on. All right, deuce. Hey, what are you doing? What are you trying to achieve? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? All right, deuce. As the return goes into the backhand of Gauff. Boisson forehand on the stretch. Gauff into the backhand of Boisson. Boisson on the net. It is advantage Gauff. Hey, what are you doing? 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 Hey? What are you doing? Do you have something to say? What are you doing? Hey? What are you doing? Advantage Gauff. Return from Gauff goes in. The backhand of Boisson. Backhand from Gauff is a drop shot. No, it's a slice. Backhand again goes to the backhand of Gauff. As Boisson slicing the net, there's the break. Do you have anything to say? No? All right. One love. Coco breaks first game of the match. How's the crowd? The crowd is French. Roof shut, by the way. They kept the roof shut because the weather is crappy. All right. Serve again. We're 5 minutes into this match. One love. As Gauff serves. A fault. Second serve. As a return goes into the backhand of Gauff, but no, it was Gauff said it's out. And the umpire agreed. 15 love. All right, 15 love. Last 3 plus French Opens was basic until now. That just sounds like you don't like Swiatek. 15 love. What's wrong with the last 3 French Opens? Swiatek Mukova was a great final. There were some great matches along the way. What are you talking about? Backhand goes into the forehand of Boisson. Forehand now from Gauff. And the forehand of Boisson. That's a good return to the backhand of Gauff. Boisson with the forehand on the stretch. Gauff forehand again. The forehand of Boisson down the line. It's a great shot. Gauff with a slice. Goes in the net. 15-all. Come on, chat. 15-all. As we get a return. Into the forehand of Gauff. Back in at Boisson. Into the forehand of Gauff. As Boisson slice. Into the backhand of Gauff. And Gauff puts it away. 30-15. $30-15. As we default, second serve. Serving to the forehand of Boisson. Return goes in the backhand of Gauff. Boisson backhand. Into the forehand of Gauff. That's Boisson with a backhand lob. Gauff with a forehand volley. Winner. 40-15. Who would Sabalenka rather play? Boisson. 1,000,000%. Not even a question. She struggles with Gauff at the best of times. She would never want to play Gauff. 100% wants to play the wild card. No doubt about it. But the crowd? But nothing. 100% Boisson she wants to play. No way she wants to play Gauff. Like chat, right? As the return goes to the backhand of Gauff, backhand of Boisson to the forehand of Gauff, into the forehand of Boisson, and Boisson hits it long, and it's 2-love. Like, there's no world that Sabalenka is saying, yeah, I want to play Coco Gauff instead. There's no chance. Now, if she had a good record against Gauff, let's say she was like 5-0 against Gauff, maybe to avoid the unnecessary crowd noise, pick the player you can beat. But against Gauff, it's like a 50-50. So, hell yeah, play the lower-ranked player. Remember, the crowd might be there and might be loud, but Boisson's never been in the Grand Slam final. So, she's going to have a whole nervous as well, right? So, if she does make the final, like Sabalenka's going to have all that experience that she can beat Boisson with. You know, it's like, again, 100% you want to play someone who's never been in a final, who's a 300 in the world, over the number 2 in the world with who has a Grand Slam and can beat you. Like, there's no chance. Crowd or no crowd. Double fault Boisson, love 15. There's no chance that Sabalenka's picking rather play Gauff. Like, I think you're giving the crowd too much credit. Chat. Anyone who thinks that Sabalenka is going to struggle with the crowd, you're giving the crowd way too much credit. The crowd were great against an inexperienced Andreeva, right? They affected Andreeva and it worked. But you're giving the crowd too much credit in a Grand Slam final against Sabalenka. Like, that's crazy. To think that Sabalenka would rather play Coco Gauff. Come on. No chance. Great volley from Boisson. And the return goes to the forehand of Boisson. Backhand out from Gauff. Into the backhand of Boisson. We got a forehand from Gauff. Cross-court winner. 15-30. I tell you what, Gauff is doing the exact thing that you need to do when you're playing this match. And that's get off to a good start so everybody can shut their mouth. Nobody's talking. Everybody's quiet. Everybody's shush. Robin.
So happy about Sabre. Treat for Mirra and a coffee for you. Trying to get a membership but having a hard time. Thanks for commentary.
Hey, no worries. Thank you for the $5, Robin. Appreciate it. Thank you, LA, for the 32 months. Appreciate that as well. All right, 15-30. As that goes out by Boisson. And it's Gauff with the double break point for a 2-break lead to start this set. All right. As Boisson serves a fault, second serve. As a backhand return. Goes the backhand of Boisson. Forehand from Gauff on the stretch. Boisson goes again to the forehand of Gauff, who hits it down the line. Boisson with a slice. Gauff comes in. Nope, it goes out by Boisson. 3-love to Coco Gauff. Double break. Can Coco beat the crowd? Yes. 3-love Coco. All right. Just as expected, Gauff won't let the crowd get into it. Yeah. She knows. She's more experienced than Andreeva. Quietest French crowd all tournament? Yeah. French Open might give Giacomo a wildcard next year. Didn't they give her a wildcard this year? If she needs it. Semifinals are where dreams go to die. Dream runs go to die. Except for Raducanu. It's too early declaring that the clock has struck midnight and the French fairy tale's over. Yeah, it is too early. 13 minutes played, 3-love. Because you got to remember, Boison's probably nervous too, right? Like, she's going to have some nerves. Maybe she's having a bit of a slow start. I think she went down a break early against Andreeva yesterday, if I remember correctly. Didn't she go down a break early? Came back. Won the tiebreak. So, yeah, it's too early to say it's over. And his backhand Gauff goes wide. Also, Gauff could take the foot off the gas a little bit as well because she might be thinking, oh, this is really easy. And then she could all of a sudden be at 3-all. You know what I mean? Like, if Gauff doesn't keep the foot down, then things could get awkward. Love 15. As Gauff serves a fault. Second serve. To the front of Boisson, backhand over Gauff. To the front of Boisson. Is Gauff backhand down the line. Gauff slice from Boisson. Goes to the backhand of Gauff. Boisson forehand on the stretch. Goes into the front of Gauff on the stretch. Boisson with the forehand down the line. Gauff backhand open court. Boisson slices it back. Gauff down the line. Boisson lob. Go for the smash. Winner. 15-all. Good morning, Cam. Watch that language. Look. When somebody comes into the chat, while I'm trying to answer someone's question who's asked me a question, or at least trying to explain something, someone comes into the chat with an attitude and starts going nuts and getting a little, just coming in here and just being rude. We're not going to tolerate that. As with a 4-4 rally, that goes out by Gauff 15-30. And I'm from Australia. So sometimes the words don't get filtered. It's just, I mean, I usually swear more in my real life. But unfortunately, I try and keep it cool here. 15-30. But don't worry, that person's gone. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight all the trolls. It's just when someone comes in and just is a total D-bag. I mean, it's like, bro. Anyways, double fault and the crowd go wild. They're starting to find a voice. 15-40. Ah, 15-40. To get back one of the breaks and to give the French crowd some life. $15.40. As the return goes into the front of Gauff. Gauff puts it away. 30-40. 30-40. There's a serve out wide as a fault second serve. Second serve. As the return goes to the backhand of Boisson. Backhand from Gauff down the line to the forehand of Boisson. Hits a drop shot, but it's in the net. And we get to deuce. All right, deuce. As Gauff serves an ace, but no. Yeah, it was a fault. Second serve. Didn't you originally pick Sabalenka Gauff to make the final, but then change it to Swiatek Gauff a day or two ago? Well, I didn't pick the final. I only picked the semifinals and then picked the winner. So I picked the semifinals and then the winner. And the winner I picked is Gauff. So it doesn't really matter if you beat Swiatek or Sabalenka. It's the winner, the champion that is the prediction. Forehand from Gauff into the forehand of Boisson. Forehand from Gauff into the backhand of Boisson. Here's a lovely winner. All right. Advantage Boisson to get one of the breaks back. Okay. As Boisson looks to get a game. A bit of fault from Gauff. Second serve. Just wanted to credit your foresight making Sabalenka making it further than Swiatek. Oh, wait, did I say that? I can't remember. I don't think I did. I think I said Swiatek further than Sabalenka. I can't take credit for that. Yeah, I said Swiatek would do better than Sabalenka, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, 4-1 down the line, the back end of Gauff. As we had a forehand lob by Boisson, but it's long. I don't know. Did I say it in the video, though? I wrote it down. What did I say in the video? Did I say Sabalenka would do better than Swiatek? I can't remember. Further, I reckon Sabalenka might just go a little bit further than Swiatek. Okay, I thought I said Swiatek. I lied. Holy shit, chat. I'll take it. I'll take it, chat. I don't know why I thought I said Swiatek. Chat, I said Sabalenka. What the hell? Anyways, advantage Gauff. Yes. Advantage Gauff. You said Andreeva would be a dark horse to win it all? Yeah, you didn't watch the video. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Gauff. Forehand now from Boisson. Into the forehand of Gauff is Boisson with a backhand cross. Gauff backhand again to the forehand of Boisson as Gauff on the forehand stretched. Boisson goes cross-court again into the forehand of Gauff as Boisson forehand slice. It's a drop shot off the tape and it's a winner. And we get back to deuce. And the crowd love that she hit a winner. Even though it was off the tape. All right, we get to deuce. All right. Back to deuce. 8-minute game. As with a forehand now from Gauff into the forehand of Boisson. Forehand from Gauff is a drop shot. Boisson backhand down the line, goes wide. And Gauff gets to advantage. Advantage Gauff. Cam writing notes on having a whiteboard. Soon this channel will turn to dial-up internet. Chad, I am very seriously considering I've already started with turning off all the streaming services, but I'm considering just getting rid of all things that are taking time. As with a serve, into the forehand of Boisson, backhand of Gauff to the backhand of Boisson, sliced. As Gauff forehand again to the Boisson, backhand of Boisson in the net. 4-love Gauff. I feel like this whiteboard is actually kind of perfect, though. I feel like this is all it needs to have is it needs to just be on a stand, so that way I don't have to pick it up every day off the floor. I feel like this whiteboard is very handy. We haven't had to use it much today, but tomorrow we'll be able to use it for tactics and stuff, and I will be able to display them on the whiteboard. Now that the whiteboard has evolved. Whiteboard Williams. Okay, that's enough. 4-love. There's a default from Boisson. Second serve. Second serve, Boisson. Into the backhand of Gauff. Boisson backhand. Down the line to the backhand of front of Gauff as Boisson backhand cross. Gauff gets it again. As Boisson goes to the backhand of Gauff. Mirra down again. As that goes out by Boisson. It's love 15. Love 15. All right. Love 15. As it a forehand now from Boisson. Forehand from Gauff on the stretch. Boisson backhand. Into the forehand of Gauff and Gauff in the net. 15-all. 15-all. Serve again. As the return goes out by Gauff, 30-15. What exactly is a wild card? So a wild card, there are usually 8 of them per tournament. I think it's 8 per Grand Slam. And a wild card usually goes to players who are lower ranked and unable to make the tournament based on their ranking. So they need a pass, right? 30-15. He's got a backhand out from Gauff on the stretch. Forehand out from Boisson. Into the forehand of Gauff as Boisson forehand goes down the line. Gauff with the backhand cross. As Boisson slice. Into the backhand of Gauff. Down the line to the forehand of Boisson as we get a forehand out from Gauff. Goes long. 40-15. So, for example, on the women's side of this tournament, at the Slams, there's a rule, except for Wimbledon, that 1 wild card out of the 8 goes to Australia, 1 wild card of the 8 goes to America, and when you go to the Australian Open, there's 1 French wild card, there's 1 American, and when you go to the US, there's 1 Australian, 1 French. But the other 6 wild cards are at the discretion of the tournament, so they can pick former players, former champions. They can pick young French players if they want. They can pick players that have been injured and out with injury who need a hand, need a wild card because they can't get in by their ranking. So that's where Boison's got the ranking. So we've got the wild card because she was out with injury. So the tournament felt, hey, amongst other French players, let's give her a wild card because she has been off, out of action, and she needs a bit of a help, Like Eala, she got a wild card into Miami, right? We've had a couple of wild cards do well recently. Now, Boisson will need a wild card at Wimbledon, but unfortunately, Wimbledon don't have the rule where wild cards, you have to give a wild card to a French player. They can pick all British players, which they usually do, because they don't have many players, so they don't have any high-ranked players, so they kind of they give a lot of wild cards. And the same with the women's on the French side, right? There's no top French players like there used to be. So there's a... You right? You okay? So on the women's side, they have to give a lot of wildcards to the French players to have more representation at the French event. But Wimbledon don't have that rule. So Boisson needs a wildcard, but she might not get one because Wimbledon don't award wildcards necessarily to French players. They usually keep them for the locals. So hopefully she deserves a wildcard though, right? We all agree that her getting a wildcard would not be it seems it would be reasonable, right? But I don't know if Wimbledon are going to are guaranteed to give her one, right? There's no guarantee she gets one. For example, Wimbledon wildcards on the women's side usually go to locals. Now, they do have a lot of players in the top 100, so they don't need to have wildcards for those players. But I'm talking about players like Francesca Jones will need a wildcard. You know, Harriet Dart will need a wild card. You're going to have somebody like... Who else is there? Who else is a young British player that's outside the top 100? Maybe Heather Watson gets a wild card, right? You give her one. There's a 19-year-old who's 300 in the world, Ella McDonald. She probably gets a wild card. You know? Who else needs a wild card from the UK? Let me check. Heather Watson, Burridge. She's number 161. She needs a wild card. Banks, a 22-year-old, 280 in the world. She'll get a wild card. Ming Zhu, who is a 17-year-old British player. She probably gets a wild card. Appleton, who played doubles the other day we watched. She'll probably get a wild card into the singles, right? So there's a lot of players there that, Katie Swan, I think, has been sort of up the top of the rankings, towards the top 100 in the last, 5 years. So she'll probably get a wild card. Maybe she's been out with injury and she needs a hand. So there's a lot of British players they can pick from to give wild cards to. Will they give one? And also, don't forget, they also give wild cards to former champions. So someone like a Venus Williams, if she decides, I want to play Wimbledon, they'll give her a wild card. If Wozniacki needs a wild card, they might give her one, right? So players that are sort of former Grand Slam champions or former Wimbledon champions, they're going to give a handout to them as well because they know that they can bring people to the stands because that's what wildcards are there to do. They're there to hopefully bring people to the tennis, especially if they're locals. Does that make sense? 8 wildcards. 8 wildcards are given. But Boisson might get a wildcard. If not, she'll play qualifying. Yeah, Kvitova, right? Kvitova might need one. Now, Kvitova is different, though, because she does have a protected ranking. So, protected rankings are a different thing that wildcards don't need to be given always to those players. But, yeah, maybe she gets one, right? Maybe Kvitova gets one. Instead of using a protected ranking, she could maybe get a wildcard. Anyways, 30-all. Gauff's got the double break here, 4-1. Does that explain it? Could they have a wildcard tennis tournament just to become wildcard player? They used to have that in Australia, but they don't have that anymore. It used to be called the wildcard playoff, and they used to do it in December. That's where I met Leighton Hewitt. Anyways, backhand from Gauff is good. Slice from Boisson goes into the sky, and Gauff hits a smash winner. No, she doesn't. Boisson gets it back. Gauff hits another smash, puts it away, and it's 40-30. Yeah, we used to have a wildcard playoff, and like De Minaur, Kokkinakis, and Philippoussis, and all these players used to go there and play when they needed to play it. But that got stopped. I don't know why they stopped it, but it was so much fun. I loved the wildcard playoff. 40-30. Gauff into the forehand of Boisson. Backhand from Gauff. Into the backhand of Boisson. Shanks it, and it's 5-1 Gauff. First set. Oh, so Kvitova doesn't have a protected ranking. Okay. So Kvitova is going to need a wild card. Yeah. So she'll get a wild card, obviously, former champion. Thanks so much. No worries. It was a good question. You met Leighton? Yeah. I sure did. All right. What happened in the third set is Swiatek Sabalenka. Sabalenka went on a tear. She went to a new level. Okay. Forehand from Gauff to the corner of and Boisson with a slice in the net. Love 15. Love 15. All right, first serve was a fault, second serve. Leighton got his first AO wildcard when he was 16. Yeah, he did. All right, return goes into the forehand of Boisson. Backing up from Gauff in the net. It's 15-all. Is Gauff playing lights out or is Boisson a bit slow on her step today? I think it's a bit of both. Gauff's playing solid, and Boisson may be a little nervous, and the crowd's not getting into it, so the crowd is very quiet. Barry.
Cam, whose achievement at Wimbledon is greater. Sampras, who won all 7 finals he played in. Or Federer, who won 8, but needed 12 attempts in the finals to get that.
Federer. Because 8's more than 7, and even though he needed 12 attempts, in other words, he made the final 12 times, which is pretty damn good too. You know what I mean? Like, okay, he needed 12 attempts to get 8, but he also made 12 finals. Like, that's crazy. You know? So, Federer. 7 out of 7's damn good, though. 7 out of 7's amazing. Perfect record, but Federer, 8 out of 12 is a bloody good effort, too. I mean, 12 finals. If you said, I mean, we talk about Andy Murray not winning the Australian Open, but making a hell of a lot of finals. It's still impressive how many finals someone's made. You know? I guess the next question, the next question to that is, how many attempts did Sampras need to get? Like, did he win? 7 out of 7, and he played 10 times. That's crazy if it happened. Did Federer play more Wimbledons, and that's why he, who had more chances, right? But still, I mean, both very impressive. But yeah, Federer. Federer played Wimbledon 22 times. He won it 8 times. He made the final 12 times. Sampras played Wimbledon 14 times, won 7. Holy shit. 90% winning record at Wimbledon. Federer 88. God, it's close. Anyways, 30-40, set point. Great question. Ask me again at Wimbledon and we'll figure it out then when we're watching Wimbledon. All right, second serve. As the return goes into the back of Boisson, backing out from Gauff into the front of Boisson. Boisson in the net, Gauff 6-1. And this crowd is silent. No noise. All right. This crowd doesn't know what to do. All right. Federer losing to Djokovic is a heck of a lot more impressive than whoever Sampras lost to at Wimbledon. Well, he didn't lose to anyone at Wimbledon. He won all 7 finals. All right, Boison's going to the bathroom. All right. Sampras didn't have to play Djokovic in finals. Okay. Well, Federer didn't have to play Goran Ivanisevic. Or Pat Rafter. So, how do you like that? Second set, crowd will come alive. Boisson will bounce back. I'll tell you what, if Gauff keeps holding serve, she'll stay in front and then the crowd won't have anything to cheer about. All right. Gauff takes the first very convincingly. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Men's semi-final day tomorrow. Boisson, by the way, very poor set. 4 winners, 15 errors. Gauff solid, 8 winners and 7 errors. I mean, she didn't have to do much. But Boisson is very, very, unfortunately, very, very low-quality tennis from her in this humongous occasion. You still keeping your prediction of a 3-set match? Well, I picked Gauff, so I don't care if it's 3 sets or 2 sets. If Gauff wins, I win. I win a personal victory. It's a bragging rights. I don't care if it's 3 or 2 sets. If I pick the winner is the winner. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter how they won. That's how it is, chat. You say someone in 5 or someone in 4. If you say the someone, that's all that matters. You say Djokovic in 4 or 5, you said Djokovic. You win. That's all that counts, chat. Doesn't matter how many sets. That's just the, that's a bonus. You get a bonus point if you get the sets right. It's like in football, right? I think Tottenham are going to beat Man United. And you go, okay, by how much? 1-0. Okay, it's 2-0. Who won? Same person? I win. That's how it is, chat. Everything else is just bonus points. Hello. Where's the toy? Where's your toy gone? Where's it gone? All right. Gauff serving first and second, 15 love. No, Cam, you lose, we win. Well, if Gauff wins this in straights, you lose. Mods? Day in the life of Cam, yep. Chad, I say this every slam, but after this slam chat, we are not doing anything for a couple of days. We just both need, I think we all need just time to just go and do something else. 40 love? 40 love Gauff. I don't remember the last time I didn't stream. That's concerning. 40 love. As Gauff hits a forehand cross court in the forehand of Boisson. Forehand from Gauff. Down the middle. Boisson with the backhand. In the backhand of Gauff as Boisson with a forehand down the line. Is a winner. That's a beautiful shot. 40-15. All right, 40-15. The question is, Mirra a good girl? She's always good. 40-15. As we forward now from Boisson. Backhand from Gauff. Into the slice of Boisson. As Boisson in the net. Gauff gets the first game, the second one love. Andreeva taking notes. Well, the note is, next time that the crowd get involved is she's got to remain calm. I think that's the note. And she knew that. She said in the press conference as well, which is really impressive from her. But she'll be better Andreeva the next time. All right. Gauff, one love. Famous last words. Second you hear Raducanu is playing a challenger, you're back and you can't have it. Raducanu is playing a challenger? When? Next week? Oh. Well, that changes everything. All right, Gauff with a forehand. Into the forehand of Boisson. Forehand from Gauff down the line. Goes wide. 15 love. All right, 15 love. Just kidding. She is playing next week. She's playing Queen's Club. When I say we're not watching anything next week, that's not true. We have to watch stuff. There's no week off until Wimbledon. But next week is hopefully going to be a less intense week. But there is matches to watch. We have to watch the Ladies Queens Club event. It's a historical event. It's coming back for the first time in forever. So we have to watch that. It's actually a pretty stacked event as well. Pegula pulled out, though. 4:30, love. You've got Raducanu, Navarro, Keys, Zhang, Mukova, Grajikova, Raducanu playing at Queen's Club next week. So we have to watch that. We're probably not going to watch Libima Open because the tournament isn't as interesting. But yeah, we're going to watch Queen's Club for the ladies next week. And probably for the men as well. We're going to watch Stuttgart next week. So there are tournaments to watch. There's never a week off. I just wish, that's why I keep saying, hey, we should maybe after a slam we should just have no tennis. Force us all to stop watching tennis for a week, but that's never going to happen. All right. Nice from Boisson. Also, Eala's playing a challenger next week, so we'll probably watch her a little bit as well because I know that she's got a lot of fans that want to keep up to date with her movements. So we'll probably watch her at some point next week as well, along with whoever is playing on the ATP. 40 lovers golf in the net 1-1. So Stuttgart next week, we've got Zverev, Fritz, Shelton, all playing next week. So there's a lot of players we could watch there. And then in Den Bosch, we've got Demonor, Medvedev, Humbert. Probably won't watch that. Where's Fonseca? Is he playing next week? Is Fonseca playing next week? No. Musetti, Paul, Tiafo pulled out next week. Okay. Where's Fon? I thought Fonseca was playing next week. Am I blind? Maybe he's not playing. Feast also pulled out next week, so that's not good. Anyways, Gauff gets it back somehow, but overhits it. No, it goes in. All right, Boisson with a forehand on the stretch. There's Gauff with a forehand again to the forehand of Boisson. Into the forehand of Gauff. It's Boisson forehand again on the stretch. Gauff goes down the line. That's a pick up by Boisson. But it's a bounce smash from Gauff. Puts it away. 15 love. Great rally from Coco. Yeah, so next week we'll probably watch a little bit of... We've got to watch grass court tennis next week. There's only a couple of weeks of it. Boisson looks so tired, by the way. And she's pissed off because one of the balls was out by Coco, apparently. The lines person didn't see it. 15 love. 15 love. Big trades.
Dan Coco, where you been? This Coco will be HTB.
I know what that means. Thank you for the $2. Hard to beat. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you said? All right, Chad, I want to give you some stats while we have a chance. 15 love. Before this match is over and I have all these notes were for nothing. As Boisson wins a point, 15-all. So Boisson is the first career semi-final at any level. Excluding unranked players, Boisson is the second ranked player outside the top 300 in the last 40 years to defeat multiple top 10 players. If she loses today, Boisson's number 65 in the world. If she wins, she's 35. So if she wins, she could be seated at Wimbledon, which is crazy if she gets to the final. Gauff has reached her 5th Grand Slam semifinal, and she is the youngest American player to reach back-to-back semifinals at Roland Garros since Andrea Jaeger back in the 80s. And also the youngest player to make back-to-back finals at Roland Garros since Ana Ivanovic in 2008. So that's what Gauff has been doing. She's also the youngest player to get 25 or more wins at a single Grand Slam since Sharapova, who did it at the Australian Open in 2008. And also is the youngest to achieve as many wins, 25 wins at Roland Garros. Is youngest player to achieve as many wins at the event as Martina Hingis did in 2000. So Gauff is doing things. She's been really impressive at this tournament. It's been her best Grand Slam without the trophy. Out of the bunch. All right, 30-all. Boisson with a chance to get the break. As with the backhand from Gauff. Into the backhand slice of Boisson. Gauff. In the net. Fourth break point of the day for Boisson. To take the break in the second. All right. Yeah, down. Advantage 30-40. As Boisson returned the net. Oh, man, that was a bad return. Bad miss. We get the deuce. All right. Serve again. As we just serve again. Gauff trying to keep the lead. As Gauff serves. Nope. As the return goes in the back of the Gauff. Back in a forehand from Boisson in the net. And Gauff gets to advantage. Advantage Gauff. Advantage Gauff. As we just serve now the forehand of Boisson. Backhand of Gauff to the backhand of Boisson. As Gauff with the forehand into the forehand of Boisson. As Gauff backhand again to the forehand of Boisson. Boisson hits it long. And it's 2-1 Gauff. She keeps the lead. All right. All right, Coco Gauff leads. Can you open the roof and stop the rain? Can I open the roof and stop the rain? No, I can't do that. What do I look like, a magician? Something else the Big Three has displayed is longevity than arguably anybody, including Agassi. Yeah. All right. Any questions, chat? Do we have any questions? By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. By the way, chat, I want to just make sure we clarify something. So I watched Gil's video, finally. I got to watch it. So, and I went and triple checked the rule just to get it in my brain what I read, what I could read. So the rule with Musetti, we're only going to talk about this for a second. Go watch his video. He explains it better. But the rule is not what I thought it was, where it's like clean cut. It's actually very vague. The rule is not as clean cut as I thought, that it was like if somebody gets injured, they get defaulted. It's actually at the discretion of the supervisor. So if the supervisor determines that the person that got hurt or hit is unable to do their job and they think it is default worthy, that's the rule. It's up to the supervisor. So I thought it was clean cut. I thought it was like, okay, well, if they can continue to work, it's okay. If they don't, it's not. But usually that's, I mean, if you look at all the examples over the last, 10 years of defaults, it usually comes down to, is the person injured beyond, can they do their job? And if they can, that person usually doesn't get defaulted. If they don't, then that person gets defaulted. So yeah. Hopefully that makes some more sense. But go watch Gil's video, because Gil explains it way better than me, and he uses examples, and he explains why those examples got defaulted and why other ones didn't. Anyways, love 30. He did a great video. But yeah, the rule, I have to correct. The rule is not that what I thought was like clean cut. But the outcome over the last 10 years has been if the person who got injured can't continue, that player gets defaulted usually. And the players that don't get defaulted, like Musetti, are the ones that when the person doesn't get injured. Anyways, love 30. But go check out his video. He explains it better than me. As the backhand goes in from Gauff to the forehand of Boisson. Gauff with the slice again. Boisson trying to hold as she hits the winner, 15-30. So again, still, Musetti shouldn't have been default. Now Gill's video is back up now. It got back. He put it back up. A new version, the same explanations, just not. He's got a new video up. All right, 15:30. Because I'm sure tomorrow we're going to go watch that video. So then tomorrow we don't have to talk about it when we watch Musetti. Please watch that video so I don't have to talk about it. As that goes in the net from Gauff, and it's 30-all. Boisson just trying to hold and trying to keep this set interesting. And she serves another fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand from Boisson. Into the backhand of Gauff. Backhand out slice from Boisson. Into the forehand of Gauff is Boisson backhand. Into the forehand of Gauff. As Boisson with the forehand again. Goes into the forehand of Gauff. Into the forehand of Boisson. It's a drop shot. Gauff's going to get it. And hit a slice forehand winner. That's a beautiful shot. Smart shot by Coco. 30-40. Cam, I don't think there's any way you can prevent that conversation tomorrow. Yeah, but I can hope for the best. I can hope for the best. But the new video is also down? Really? Are you sure? Oh my god, what the hell? That's so stupid. Why do they keep on taking the video down? All right, well, if he puts it up, if he can put it up again, I'll send you the link so you can all watch it. That's crazy. 30-40. The man's just trying to explain something that we're all confused about. Anyways, if it goes back up, I'll send you the link so you can all watch it. All right, 3-1, because it's a great video. Gauff breaks, by the way. All right, 3-1. There's a slice from Boisson. The backhand of Gauff. Boisson with a forehand pass. Gauff with a volley. In the net, love 15. It's cool that you collect pro shirts. Which one is your next on the list to acquire? Whatever Alcaraz wins. I'm only collecting Alcaraz shirts. That's it. That is it. All right, love 15. I don't know where I'm going to find the Alcaraz shirt this time if he wins this tournament. Because I don't think they're selling those shirts in Australia yet. So I can't find that Alcaraz stripy shirt, which I have to buy if he wins. Because it's the rules. Love 30. Chance for Boisson to break back. Love 30. As we default second serve. As the return goes into the back of the Gauff. As we get another forehand now to the backhand of Boisson. Boisson hits it wide. And it's 15-30. Yeah, I don't think... I don't think I can get it yet from Australia, so I'm going to just have to wait for it to come out in Australia. As we just serve into the backhand of Boisson. Forehand from Gauff. Into the forehand of Boisson. As Gauff hits a backhand. Into the backhand of Boisson. Gauff backhand again to the slice of Boisson. As Gauff backhand down the line's a winner. 30-all. 30-all. I'm sure it'll be available in Australia eventually. As we're forward now from Gauff. Goes long and it's 30-40. Break point for Boisson. To break in the second. All right. 30-40. To get back on serve. As the return goes into the backhand of Gauff. Boisson with a backhand. Into the forehand of Gauff. And Gauff hits it out. All right. We're back on serve. We're back on serve. All right. We are back on serve. The crowd gave some sort of a cheer. Coco is a better clay player than Sabalenka if both ladies play their best. It's going to be a hell of a final if that's the final. 1 versus 2 as well. I mean, we love that. We haven't had a 1v2 final in a Grand Slam for a while, it feels like, on the women's side. We are back on serve. All right. Sabalenka could get a career Grand Slam this year. Yeah, right? I mean, how crazy is that? That is so exciting. What an exciting time to be alive, chap. I don't sound excited, but I am. It is a rare occurrence. It's, we take it for granted because everyone did it so many times, but it's it's a very rare thing to see in tennis, All right, Gauff, love 15. Boisson hits it wide. As the return goes in the backhand, forehand of Boisson, forehand from Gauff. As Boisson forehand in the forehand of Gauff, as Boisson with a backhand. Into the backhand of Gauff, again the backhand of Boisson. As Gauff backhand goes against the slice of Boisson. As Gauff backhand again, Boisson gets it back. Gauff goes down the line, Boisson with the forehand of the stretch. As Gauff forehand goes into the backhand of Boisson. Again to the backhand of Gauff, as Boisson slice goes into the backhand of Gauff. Boisson with a slice on the stretch goes wide. Love 30. Love 30. By the way, chat, the last match, the Swiatek-Sabalenka semifinal, was the biggest women's semifinal at Roland Garros we've ever done. And this is our 7th French Open we've ever covered. So that match that we just watched, biggest women's semifinal at Roland Garros ever. In 7 years. All right, love 30. So thank you everybody for being there. Channel history. Hands with the backhand now goes into the backhand of Gauff to the forehand of Boisson. Gauff with the backhand winner. Love 40. Love 40. Gauff to take the break. As the return goes into the backhand of Boisson. Boisson hits it out. 4-2 Coco. Gauff takes the break in the second again. She's 2 games away from the final against Sabalenka. All right. Sabalenka Swiatek always delivers. Oh, yeah. All right. As Gauff serves again. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Boisson. Backhand it from Gauff. Into the backhand of Boisson with a slice. Gauff with a drop shot, but it's more of a slice forehand as Boisson comes to the net. Gauff with a pass. Boisson with a volley in the net. And it's 15-love. I see why Boisson runs around her backhand. It needs some work. The crowd's trying to get into this, by the way. 15-love. The crowd's enthusiasm has disappeared. It never showed up, really. From the start, it's been like super quiet. And that's exactly how Gauff played it. I mean, this is perfect for Coco. She's done exactly what you should do when you're playing against a crowd like that. Like, she got off to a good lead. Never let the crowd get involved. There's nothing like they kind of cheered when the break happened, but even then it wasn't that big of a deal. Like the crowd have not had a chance to cheer. And that's all because of Coco. She's played this perfectly. 30-love. As for the backhand return from Boisson, that goes out. 40-love. Love. To go to 5-2 in the second. Serve to the backhand of Boisson. Backhand out from Gauff into the forehand of Boisson. As Gauff getting to the forehand of Boisson on the stretch. Goes long. 5-2 Gauff in the second. All right. Boisson is now ranked 65 in the world. Yep, she's a number 1 French woman in the country, in the world, and in the country, and the world. She is the number 1. Great tournament. Oh yeah. Just hit herself in the face though. That hurts. She's really struggling here. She's not happy. But she's had a great run. She just hasn't been able to play her best tennis in this match. You know, and she probably feels like she let the crowd down, but she's had a great run. And Gauff just knows better. Like, Gauff just knows. You know? Gauff just knows how to win these matches and how to play these situations. Whereas yesterday, Andreeva struggled, you know? All right. Boisson's going to serve to stay in the match. Yeah, she's probably tired as well. You know, yesterday she played. She's got to play today. It was a tough match yesterday. All right. Boisson serving to stay in the match. Serve to the backhand of Gauff. Boisson with a forehand. Into the forehand of Gauff. As Boisson forehand again to the forehand of Gauff. As Boisson goes down the line to the backhand of Gauff, to the front of Boisson. Slices a drop shot. Winner. Great shot. Love 15. So 15 love. 15 love. Love. Serve again. Into the backhand of Gauff. Forehand from Boisson to the backhand of Gauff. As Boisson puts it wide. 15-0. $15-all. As the return goes to the back of Boisson. Boisson in the net, 15-30. $15-30. Two points away. Please don't put scores in the chat. Please don't do that. 15-30. As Gauff goes in front of Boisson. And Gauff gets the match point. 15-40. Coco Gauff to make the final of the French Open for the second time. This time to take on Aryana Sabalenka 1 versus 2 in the final. 15-40. Boisson just trying to compose herself and the crowd. She serves. Into the front of Gauff. Return goes into the front of Boisson. Gauff for the backhand on the stretch. Goes in the backhand of Boisson. As we're to find out again from Gauff. Boisson with a slice. Gauff for the forehand. But Boisson gets with the backhand down the line. Gauff now in trouble as Boisson with the forehand again to the front of Gauff. Into the front of Boisson on the stretch. But it goes long. Coco's in the final. She's going to take on Sabalenka 1v2. Nice win by Gauff. Experience. Even though she's young, she's got the experience in these situations. And Coco saying, great run. You had a great tournament. Congratulations on a great run. Good for Coco. And now Gauff's in the final. Third straight big final on a clay court too. Can she finally get a trophy to show for it though? Can she finally get the trophy this time? All right. Gauff gets to the final. She'll take on Sabalenka on Saturday. That is a banger final. Those two play epics. You thought the Swiatek-Sabalenka match was good? Gauff versus Sabalenka is equally as good. All right. GG's. Great run from Boisson, though. I'm sure we won't be seeing the last of her. I'm sure she'll play. We'll see more of her in the future. Don't know what a grass court tennis looks like, so we'll find that out, I guess. But a great run from her. Beat Pegula, beat Andreeva along the way. But Gauff was one too many top 10 players. And Gauff's arguably the best clay courter in the world at the moment. I mean, the way she's been playing, the consistency is there. Your bet on Coco winning RG is still on. Yeah, let's see what that looks like now. Because, yeah, I bet Coco like a couple of weeks ago before she even made the final. When did I bet Coco? When did I put money on Coco? Yeah, I put my 7th of... Wait, hang on. When did I... I had her at $7.50 when I backed her to win. I don't know when I did that though. At what price? $7.50. But I don't know when I did that. I can't remember. But it was a while ago. Remember? Yeah, that was before she got to the final of. I think it was in like before Rome final. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was before the Rome final. Like not before the Rome final, but like during Rome. I think. I just don't know how to check. I don't know. I don't know how to check it. Anyways, somebody remembers. I'm pretty sure it was like before the I think it was before she played Swiatek in Rome. It might have been before the semis in Rome. I put $10 on her. So, all right. What are your thoughts with the whole empty seats at RG? It didn't look empty to me. It was just quiet because their favorite was losing. French Open champions. What? What are you on about? 7th of June? It is the 7th of June. I heard them say it's quite windy there. Well, the roof was shut, so that helped. Deb, I don't know what you're talking about. All right. All right. Is Eala playing in the main draw of Wimbledon? Yes, she will. Because she's in the top 100. She will play the main draw. What did we just watch as a semi-final? We watched a player that's 300 in the world take on the number 2 in the world. Could be a 1-2 final on the men and women's as well. Yeah, that would be crazy. We almost had it at the Australian Open. It's kind of wild, chat, because we could have had 1v2 at the Australian Open on the women's. We had it on the men's, and here we could have a 1-2 final too. So it's kind of crazy how consistent that is. The top players in the world are just consistent this year on men and women's side, at least in the big tournaments. Did I make a Nole versus Sinner prediction? Yep. There's a video somewhere. Will people finally give Gauff credit for being good? If she wins the tournament, maybe. Maybe. But we give her credit, right? I read it wrong, May 14. What's May 14? That's when I said it? Oh, okay. There you go. Coco versus Sabalenka is 5-all in the head-to-head. Yeah. It is going to be interesting. No, that's all right, Deb. Thanks. Congrats, Coco. One more. That's it. It's going to be a hell of a final. 1v2. It's going to be a big, big final in a couple of days. Need revenge from Madrid? Yeah. I wonder if the roof's going to be closed. I think the conditions, if they're slow, are definitely going to help Gauff compared to Madrid. What credit? Coco's been top 10 forever. She doesn't need anybody's credit. Yeah, but people don't give Gauff credit anyway. So she deserves some respect, I think. Because people don't respect Gauff the same way, it seems. But if she wins 2 slams, wins her second slam and beats Sabalenka, I think a lot of people will... what are they going to say now, no one's calling her a one slam wonder yet, but, that people are just waiting to call her that. But hopefully she can win, so then she can join Sabalenka and Swiatek as 2 slam players, and maybe that's the big 3, I think the head is 5-all, apparently. Djokovic will destroy Sinner. Oh, sorry. Sorry, we're not. That's tomorrow. Sorry, you're a little early. We're not actually open for business yet. Men's semi-finals are tomorrow. Sorry, you're too early. Sorry, mate. Yeah, just come back tomorrow, though. Around this time tomorrow, we're going to get you covered. But yeah, you're just 24 hours early. It's women's semi-finals today. Sorry, we're not talking about the men's. But if you come back tomorrow, we can probably help you out. But thanks for the effort to come here, and but it's women's semi-final day at the moment. Tomorrow, though, come back tomorrow. Sabalenka will be champ. Well, we'll find out. Oh, there's a spammer. Gauff is 21. She's been to 3 and going 3 years. Yeah, she's been 3 Grand Slam finals in 3 years. If Coco loses at the trophy ceremony, Sabalenka will be like, "Oh, it's you again." Yeah. Yeah, Sinner Djokovic night session. Which probably helps Djokovic a little bit. All right. Shit chat. It's an early night. It's only 3 a.m. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next couple of hours. Just hang out until tomorrow because I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule. So this time tomorrow, men's semi-finals day. This time tomorrow, the second semi-final will be underway. But first semi-final starts a little bit earlier than the first match today. So, yeah. Getting frustrated with the Renault ads. All right, let's go through these postcards and then we will get out of here. But thank you, everybody, for who sends postcards. Appreciate that. Don't forget, if you want to send a postcard, there's the address below. You can send through your postcards. First postcard we have from San Diego. And there's a dolphin. And this one says, "G'day, Cam. Just thought I'd send one of these from my hometown. Cheers, mate. And you have a great community." From Coffee. That makes sense why Coffee wanted to read the postcard so badly. Thank you, Coffee, for the lovely postcard. There we go. Appreciate that. Next one is from Lenham Village, which is in the UK. There you go. And this one doesn't have a message. It just says, "Hi, Cam." Hi. Doesn't even have a name. I don't even know who sent this. "Hi, Cam. Thank you for sending this. Hello to you." You know who you are. We don't, but you do. There's your postcard. Anonymous person. Thank you for the postcard. Anonymous British person. I'm guessing. And the next one is this one. I don't know what. I thought this was a... I'm not going to lie. When I saw this, I thought this went to the wrong address. I'm like, what is this? So it says, "Dear Cam, I sent a postcard in February, just days before learning that we have the same birthday. This is a math problem I used recently for a job interview to become a middle school teacher. I hope that you enjoyed the problem. Thank you for broadcasting tennis. Everyone can enjoy tennis together." From Cami in Houston. So thank you for that. I'm not going to do the math problem now because I'm tired. But thank you for the card. Appreciate that. And I will... I guess I'll get to work. Thank you for the postcard and homework. Thank you, yes. Postcards and homework. That's my job. I give you homework. I'm the teacher. I don't get homework. But thank you for the cards. Again, if you want to send a postcard, there's a PO box down below. Send them through. If you send them now, they'll probably get here by Wimbledon. So if you do send postcards, and they do get featured on the wall, so these cards will be added to this wall that rotate around and around and around and around, and you get to see your card come up on the screen, hopefully. But yeah, send them through. If they send them through now, like this week, they might get here by Wimbledon. So thank you, everybody who sent a postcard. All right. So now we have nothing to do because I got to go do nothing. Schedule tomorrow. We've got Alcaraz Musetti is the first match tomorrow, followed by Sinner versus Djokovic. That is what we've got going on tomorrow. That is how things are going to look. So that is the schedule. And then, of course, women's final day is on Saturday and men's final day on Sunday. And then we can leave the red, dusty dirt behind and go to the beautiful green, lush grass of England and other places that have grass. So that's we're almost done. Clay court season's almost over. We've got 4 matches to go, or at least the clay court swing is almost done. There's still more clay court matches, but we might not watch them. But 4 matches left. 4 matches left of Roland Garros. And we're going to find out who's going to win between Gauff and Sabalenka. A rematch of the US Open Final 2023, which Gauff, of course, won in spectacular fashion. So we'll see if Gauff can do it twice against Sabalenka. But she beats Boisson 6-1, 6-2. Very simple. 1 hour and 10 minutes. And she's into her 3rd Grand Slam final, 2nd at the French. I'll see you tomorrow.